The female doctor was shocked to discover the man lying on the operating table was her husband, whom she had married 4 years ago but had never met. She had planned to reveal her identity to her husband after the surgery, but just as she was about to do so, a woman suddenly appeared at her husband's bedside with a child in tow. The little boy asked about his father's condition. The female doctor heard the boy call the man dad. Her first reaction was that the man had married and had a child during his 4 years in the military, and from the husband's reaction when he saw her, she could tell that he hadn't recognized her as his wife. In a fit of anger, she called a lawyer and demanded a divorce. She also demanded compensation of 4 million yuan for the loss of her youth. However, the woman never imagined this was actually a huge misunderstanding. The boy was actually the son of the husband's comrade-in-arms. The comrade-in-arms had entrusted his wife and child to him before dying. When the husband learned that his wife, whom he had never met, wanted to divorce him, he refused to agree under any circumstances. He assumed she was blaming him. To beg for his wife's forgiveness, he put on a stylish suit, wore an expensive watch. He drove a luxury car to the building where their wedding home was located. He then called his wife. He asked her why she wanted to divorce him. She replied that a marriage in name only had no reason to continue, but the husband insisted that marriage was a matter between two families. He hoped they could meet and talk things over. However, the woman refused outright and hung up the phone. She didn't want to have anything to do with this scoundrel anymore, but the husband didn't give up. He arrived at their wedding home with flowers in hand. He planned to sweet-talk his wife, but when the door opened, he was stunned. It was a young man who opened the door. He told the man to leave and stop bothering his wife. Little did he know that the young man was his younger brother-in-law. The boy thought someone else was coming to harass his sister. That's why he took such drastic measures. But in the man's eyes, this was a huge misunderstanding. He believed his wife was cheating on him with another man. That's why she was in such a hurry to divorce him. After returning to the hospital, the man called his wife. He agreed to the divorce, but he wouldn't give her a single cent of the 4 million yuan in compensation for her youth. Before the woman could finish speaking, the man hung up the phone. At that moment, the elevator doors suddenly opened. The two of them happened to lock eyes. The man, seeing the attending physician, hurried forward to greet him. The woman chose to ignore him. The man was very confused. He hadn't done anything to offend her, so why did she hate him so much? At that moment, his friend arrived with some late-night snacks. Upon inquiry, it was revealed that his friend wanted to thank the female doctor for saving him. He also wanted to see if he could pursue her. The man snatched the late-night snack from him. He claimed that he would deliver it himself. At that moment, the woman was changing her clothes. The man pushed the door open and walked in. He explained that he had come to bring her the late-night snack. But how could the woman eat something from A? She immediately tried to kick him out, but she accidentally touched his wound. The woman had no choice but to help him tend to his wound first. Watching the woman say the harshest words while pretending to care about him, this made the man's seeds of love sprout again. So he mustered up the courage to ask the woman if she had a boyfriend. The woman replied that it had nothing to do with him. As the man stood there dumbfounded, the woman pushed him out the door. But the man didn't give up. Just as he was about to be discharged from the hospital, he pretended to feel unwell in front of the doctor. He also said that the doctor was incompetent. He demanded that they replace the female doctor. His friend, who witnessed the scene, immediately understood. He hurriedly persuaded the doctor to leave. The friend asked the man if he liked the female doctor. The man said he was just grateful for saving his life. But little did he know that the scheming woman, who had been infatuated with him, overheard this. This was unbearable for the scheming woman. She immediately declared that she would stay by the man's side. She even said that her son was still young and couldn't be separated from his father. The man knew exactly what she was thinking. He said that the child was old enough to know who his biological father was. The scheming woman was completely panicked. After all, her son was the only reason she could get close to the man. So she went to the woman's consultation room. She told the woman that the man was her husband. She even urged the woman to clarify her position. The woman didn't want to waste her time. She directly asked the scheming woman to leave. So she picked up her phone and called her mother-in-law. She said she was coming back tonight to talk to her mother-in-law. Meanwhile, the man had already hired a divorce lawyer. He signed the divorce agreement without hesitation. That night, the woman went to her mother-in-law's place. The mother-in-law was very pleased with her daughter-in-law. She said her son had returned. In 2 days, they would hold a new wedding ceremony for them. The woman had no choice but to reveal the truth. She stated that she wanted to divorce the man. How could the mother-in-law give up such a sensible daughter-in-law? To keep her from leaving, she pleaded with her to stay overnight. The woman couldn't bear to see her mother-in-law cry. She had no choice but to agree. As soon as the woman returned to her room, the mother-in-law immediately called her son. She told him to come back immediately. The man didn't want to make his mother angry. He hurried home. However, his mother did not mention the daughter-in-law's presence. Instead, she lied to her son, saying that his father was ill. She told him to bring the soup to the room where the daughter-in-law was staying. The man had no choice but to obey. Meanwhile, the woman was packing her belongings in the room. Suddenly, she heard hurried footsteps approaching her room. Just as she opened the door, both of